Hello everyone, what's up? Welcome back to the KotLC Fanbase channel. My name is Joey and today we are doing questions that I still have after reading Legacy. This is also kind of a theory video for book 8.5 Unlocked. Before we begin this video, I want to give a gigantic shout out to KotLC.tvd on Instagram. All of these theories were from her, so go check out her profile, go follow her and leave a like on her posts. And leave a like on this video if you're excited about these awesome theories. Hit subscribe button so you can support our channel and ring the notification bell so you never miss another one of our uploads. Alright, let's get into the first question. The first question is, what happened with Umber's identity? As we all know, Umber died at the end of Flashback, so why wasn't anything said about her identity in Legacy? She's dead, so obviously someone has to have gone missing in the Lost Cities. The only alternative that I can think of is that she was like Roy, an outcast and went to Exilium that wouldn't necessarily be missed in the Lost Cities. Even if that's true, shouldn't the group have focused more on that in Legacy? I understand that there was tons going on, but I think that could have been a crucial point of information that they could have learned a lot from. The second Umber died was one of the first things I thought of. That being said, I read Legacy all the way back in November. I'm only about halfway through rereading it right now, so I could have missed something the first time that mentions it, but I don't think I did. So this question basically says, why haven't they investigated Umber? Umber died and that was kind of it. Nobody wanted to find out her real name, where she was from. And this person is saying that that could have been a really good clue to her identity and maybe help solving the Neverseen's true identities. This is a great question. The next question that they have is, what happened with the scandal at Everglen? There's a brief mention of Tarina, the trolls, and Luzia at the beginning of Legacy, saying that everything wasn't settled and they weren't sure what the punishment would be. Why was there no mention of it after that? The rest of the book has almost no mention of what happens with the trolls or what Luzia's punishment will be. It doesn't seem like the elven thing to do to just leave Luzia without her sentence for that long, even with everything going on. This question is about what happened in Flashback again with the trolls. This is kind of weird too, because like Luzia, it's a big crime. And did she just not get punished or something? Like, it's kind of weird. They should have done like a little follow-up on it. Maybe it was like a chapter explaining what happened. Because like for all we know, there could be like a troll hidden at Everglen. So I think they should really follow up on that. The next question is Prentiss going to be relevant? Shannon put so much focus and time into Prentiss' storyline in the first few books, but it's really fallen off since then. I definitely think that his memories are important. Are we ever going to find out anything from him? For example, why did he call Swan Song? We still don't know. And how did he know he was going to be captured? How was the symbol from his memories there in the earlier books? There are so many unanswered questions regarding Prentiss' character that could be important for the storyline. This is another great question because it just makes kind of no sense that they haven't revisited Prentiss, because they still don't know the answers to the questions they were asking all the way in the first book. The next question is that, shouldn't it have been a bigger deal that the Neverseen know almost everything about the Black Swan because of Gethin probing Tam's mind? This one bothers me a lot. At the beginning of Legacy, Sophie has a telepathic conversation with Tam where she learns that Gethin took all the information he had on the Black Swan / the group out of Tam's head. Why was there not more emphasis put on this in Legacy? In my opinion, this is crucial to so much stuff. Let's look at the Neverseen now know. Let's start with the identities. Tam knew Mr. Forkel's identity as Magnate Leto and Sir Aston, as well as the fact that he's still alive. The Neverseen didn't even know that yet. Tam also knew that Granite was Tiergan and Squall was Julian Disney. And on top of that, he knew Timken Heck's involvement in the Black Swan, as well as the fact that Della is a member. Now let's move on to general information that they know because of Tam. The Neverseen now knows that Sophie is an enhancer, as well as how it affects each person in their group's abilities. They know the layout of some of the security of many of their homes, even though I think Giselle can get in wherever she wants. And they also know everything that they know about the Neverseen, so the Neverseen can easily evade any weaknesses and fortify their bases. Just as the book says, this also means that they know everything the group doesn't know about the Neverseen. They know how little they know about the caches and how to open them, and they haven't learned hardly anything from Prentiss and everything surrounding Syra Endel's death. Tam also knows the location of various Black Swan hideouts and their layouts. The Neverseen know exactly how their group have been training, so they can learn to defend against their tactics. and Keefe's mom knows what erased memories Keefe has recovered. And the list goes on and on. The point of this is that there are so many things Neverseen can use against him now, and yet they didn't. This seems like a plot hole to me. They easily could have exploited Leto, Julian, and Tiergan to the public and caused more unrest and distrust in the Black Swan/Council. Especially when you consider that Julian is a bad match and Leto was a twin. This is hardly mentioned in the rest of the book. In reality, I have to believe their enemies would have used that against them. Whoa, that was very long, and this is a very good question. This is crazy. This is kind of a plot hole more than a question. I feel like if the Neverseen actually was focused on being evil, they would have won already with all of this information, if you think about it. Just looking through like the posts, they say they could have probably broken into all their hideouts and like trashed it, maybe killed a few of the Black Swan members, and they probably would have had no repercussions because they know everything that they know about the Neverseen, so they can just use that against them. This is really crazy, and this just shows that the Neverseen are like very, very powerful, and they're so ahead of the Black Swan that it's kind of scary. Alright, the next question says, why haven't we met any more Black Swan members? If you really think about it, we don't know very many members of the Black Swan. We know the Collective, Tinker, Prentiss, Physic, and Timken Hex. We also know Jolie was a double agent. The Black Swan is supposed to be an organization. There obviously has to be more members than that. So why are they never around? They've never helped fight or do anything else that I'm aware of. The Neverseen have more members and are gaining members with the introduction of Glimmer into the mix. It seems like another gap in the story that we haven't been introduced to more adult members. Shannon hasn't started incorporating more people like Steen and Maraka, but they are characters that we knew previously. There should be more members that have been in the Black Swan for a longer period of time. This is another plot hole. A lot of these are kind of plot holes. This one is so weird. It actually makes me think. These questions are very helpful. Like, it's so weird. We haven't seen basically anyone aside from like the Collective and a handful of other little people. Like, there's gotta be other members just like doing stuff around the hideouts and like just keeping track of everything. Why don't we ever see them or hear about them or like learn about them? I don't know. So weird. The last one just says, was Vertina in Legacy? On a brighter note, was Vertina in Legacy? I can't remember seeing her at all in this book. I really love her and Sophie's interactions, so I'm sad she didn't have page time. This one isn't like a big theory or question like the other ones. It's just a question that this person had. And that's true. I think Shannon has been forgetting about some characters and just kind of like slowly moving away from them because like Sophie most of the time isn't in her own house, so she doesn't really have to see Vertina a lot. She's mostly at Black Swan hideouts and like at Keefe's or like at Everglen or something. She doesn't have much time to see Vertina. I have a couple questions too. The first question I have after reading Legacy is like, why weren't they in Foxfire? This was probably answered in the beginning of the book. I think maybe it was because of all the stuff with the Black Swan that was going around, and they wanted to be safe, so they like shut down Foxfire or something. I don't know if that's totally true. I could just be saying that. I don't entirely remember the first beginning of the book. Or maybe it was just like they have a break, like we have a break in the summer. Maybe it was summer for them. I don't know. Either way, I found it really fun in the first couple books where they would go to Foxfire, they would hang out, and they wouldn't have all this Neverseen stuff to worry about. Hopefully in book 8.5, and if everything returns back to normal at the end, or maybe near the middle, maybe they can just have a fun time in Foxfire and actually just be normal kids for once, or be normal elves. Another question that I have, which isn't really like after Legacy, it's just a question that I've had for most of the books, is that why isn't there any other schools? They never mention any other schools besides like the really, really good school, which is Foxfire, and then the really, really bad school, which is Xylium. This just makes me wonder, is there only literally just 2 schools, and either you're really, really good, or you're really, really bad? I hope there's an in-between, and somebody who doesn't make it into Foxfire, they don't have to go straight to Xylium. I'm sure there are other schools, but it just makes me wonder, like, why didn't they just say that? Like, it's so weird that, like, Sophie immediately, she was like, it was so weird when like Sophie was first introduced to the Elven world, they only talked about Foxfire. I guess that was because Fitz was the person who like introduced her to everything, and he was in Foxfire, but he didn't know that Sophie was going to get in the Foxfire, so why didn't he tell her about the other schools? I'm sure there are other schools and they just haven't mentioned it for some reason, but that's just a question that I have. This one is kind of a weird question, but I actually was thinking of this in the first couple of books. It's kind of weird, but why don't, like, the Never Seen or something, why don't they use human weapons? Like, I get their abilities might be better. It would totally catch, like, the Black Swan off guard. Imagine if Gethin just pulled up to a battle with like a shotgun or something. I think that would totally maybe work out for them. I don't know why I'm saying this because, like, it's helping the Never Seen, but it's just weird that they haven't used other methods of attacking. Basically just like Roy traps them with a force field and then they just do whatever. I feel like Never Seen should be more creative with how they attack. It seems like they're a really smart organization and they kind of just do the same thing over and over. It's working, but they could change it up a bit. Alright guys, I think that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed my questions and a little bit of other people's questions. Make sure to check the link in our description, or it should be up on screen here, for our merchandise. I have this awesome t-shirt. It's really comfortable, really good design, high quality lemon in the corner. We have tons of other designs if you want to see them up on screen here or probably behind me. Make sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video and liked my questions. Comment down below if you have a question from the books that was never answered. Subscribe to our channel if you love Keeper of the Lost Cities. Hit the notification bell so you always get notified whenever we post another video or go live. That's going to be it for me. I'll see you guys next week, probably with a memes video. And yep, that's it. Bye.